Hey, hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so last night I was recording this video and it was once again interrupted. And so, what I decided to do is, well, first off, big reboots, but I didn't want to abandon the storyline. So, we're still gonna stick with it, but I will put the free link in the description box if you want to watch the original like 11 minutes, because I mean, it was like 11 and a half minutes deep when everything shut down. So, I'm going to go ahead and regroup everything. But for those of you who would like to see the original 11 minutes, you'll notice I was recording it last night, so I was dressed different. Anyway, it was like a sign from the universe that everything was melting down. I was supposed to stop. But let's regroup and see how we go this time. Hi, everyone. Great to see you. By the way, members out there, just know I'm still reading through your guys' comments. I haven't gotten a chance to respond to everybody, but thank you guys so much for your feedback. You guys know what I'm talking about. I really appreciate all of you. Okay, so here's the message for the 13th. We have got the energy of a Five of Pentacles. And the way I was describing it, it came out to me like we had a divine feminine, possibly a Virgo, who was starting to take stock of everything she didn't have yet. She seemed to have been someone that didn't quite know, why is it that I'm not really getting the things that I would want. I described her as somebody who had gone through probably some significant heartbreaks, somebody who had gone through some significant, she seemed very lonely, but she was a great help to others. She came across as kind of angelic, but deep inside, she'd had a pretty significant wound that she carried that I don't think anybody else knew about. And I suggested, since we had these two ships passing in the night, that it had something to do with love and romance. What we ended up getting on that, as I was looking into it further, was there had been a King of Swords that as I said in the original video, this King of Swords, even if he had been upright, I still don't love this King of Swords because he's always got four hands. We could say, oh, he's a great multitasker, but I almost always read him as somebody who's got like a double life, a secret life. They don't really necessarily just come across as straightforward. And then sure enough, he had confused her massively with that Seven of Cups. And we saw her face in, segmented, and just all of this had been something she'd been continually still trying to figure out. Is, I don't get what happened. I don't understand. This is a wound she'd carried, and she spent way too much time thinking about whatever went wrong or whatever and whomever he was to her. And she really couldn't put her finger on it. And on the 13th, it looks like we have a feminine who's kind of fed up in the best of ways. She wants a new beginning. She wants things to be different. So she's addressing, what is it that's the same? Oh, I know. I act really happy for everybody else, but inside I keep going around and around and around thinking about this situation with this King of Swords. I really want to not have that be my case anymore. And that's where we got to this interesting energy of the Hermit. And we see her climbing up into the top of her tree of life, and she is looking into the sky, almost asking the universe for, like, hey, what comes next for me? Is there a next for me? And this card, I always describe this as like somebody who's looking through one of those like, I guess it's a one-way mirror or two-way mirror, I don't know what you call them, but in the cop dramas where somebody's like in the interrogation room but the cops can see. I feel like there is another person somewhere out there. And then it was confirmed with a Six of Cups. There is somebody out there for her that she does not know has been out there. And possibly in this case, we'd also seen possibly even someone who had been waiting, paying attention, wondering when they could come toward her. This is someone who, in their own right, they may be a soulmate. This is somebody new. This is the different thing that she has wanted. I think she's done being alone. She's done having nobody to support her. I think she's done wondering about whatever the heck happened with that King of Swords. And I think that this soulmate that is on the horizon for her, the soulmate could be an Aries. They could be somebody who they're coming off of like a very lonesome trek as well, because we also saw them with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. We saw that we can't see their face, but we do see them suddenly rushing toward her. She was her own blockage. To go from that Eight of Swords on her side and then to see a soulmate that has more or less been nose to nose with her in the at least energetic realm, she needed to make space to call that soulmate in. And the thing she had to do was let go of the wondering, the perpetual wondering about that King of Swords, and kind of get fed up and say, you know what, universe, I'm calling in something better for me, whatever that is. I'm kind of done being single, being alone, being on my hermit's journey. I'm done with being in a 5 of Pentacles. Well, turns out there is a soulmate not too distant from her who's kind of getting fed up with some things in their own life, some changes that they too would like to make. This person, we have the Lovers card. They are very drawn to the warmth of her heart. Now she can't see this happening. She can't see this person, this new soulmate coming in. Even here, he's still in the clouds. He hasn't reached the summit. He hasn't reached out, and yet his opinion. And I only say that because of that Knight of Swords there. This is somebody who wants to give. They want to give with that 10 of Pentacles. They want something that is going to be stable. They want partnership. So basically exactly what she's realizing she's never had with that 5 of Pentacles. We have a soulmate that is on the horizon, about to come forward with that 10 of Pentacles. It's basically everything she's asked for. In the meantime, though, we saw her turning her attention away from perpetually being confused by the memory of that ex and getting much more into, let me influence what I can in my life. I'm kind of fed up with the way my life has been going, so let me now welcome in other things. Let me focus my life on tangible results and get out of my head a bit. And so that's the way I think she is energetically changing her like timeline. Is she's done thinking about an ex, wondering what the hell happened, feeling like, why were they not beside me? And she's kind of at the point where it's like, who cares why they didn't stand beside me? Who cares who they actually were? Who cares about the ex's secrets? Who cares if they had a double life? Who cares to figure out their mysteries anymore? I want stuff I can tangibly influence, and I want my life to be different. And that means I have to stop thinking about stuff that made no sense and only start working with things that actually can be a part of my world. So that's kind of like where everything shut down last night, is I didn't get to continue on with the story. And I was like, but I gotta know. So I hope you guys don't mind that I refused to surrender this story, because we wrapped that up in 7 minutes, whereas the original video took 11 and a half. But now let's move forward. Okay, so we've got to start shuffling now. So if she's here, I just want to look at what she's focusing on with that 8 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords, she's really talking herself being done with that ex. She's really talking herself being like, I'm not going to look into any more information about the ex. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to let it be. We have Temperance in the reverse. I'm going to let it be over and not need answers, not need resolution, not need closure, because that is the closure. The closure is, this wasn't my match. The closure is, they're not coming back to me. They weren't meant for me. We didn't have balance. So let me just let it go now. Good for you. Good for you. She's focusing on looking at other things in her life that don't have balance currently, again, that are tangible. We have a 6 of Pentacles. She could be focusing right now more on blossoming other things in her life. If she had hobbies, skills, things that she would like to do, if she wants to look closer at her money, if she wants to focus on, any talent that she personally would like to develop in herself, specifically things that give her a good reciprocity of emotion, right? If I'm going to give my energy to studying something, learning how to do something, I want there to be a benefit. If I'm going to pick up a hobby for dancing, maybe it's because I realize that the net benefit is it relaxes me, or it's, whatever, it's a exercise, it's weight loss. She's going to have to count up anything she does and say, why am I doing this? What am I getting back for it? Okay, now I'm enjoying having results, because I think for too long she had no results at all. I think she's helped a lot of people. And one thing I did say in the other video is, I don't see her being fed up and saying, I've been friendly and kind to other people around me. They all think I'm an angel, but man, nobody knows like the sorrow I've been going through or how alone I've felt. But with this Ace of Swords that we had in the reverse for her, what I said in the other videos, I don't see this as her like turning her back on other people and being like, you know what, it's my time. I'm not going to help other people now. I'm just going to focus on me. I think if anything, she's going to continue to be a huge support system to the people in her life that she's been supportive of already, but she's going to enjoy their company more in return. Why? Because she's no longer still in her brain or in her heart or in her deep inner self, always giving half of her energy to this sorrowful old contemplation of the ex. And just thinking of it like that, like what a huge resource to get back. Right now, she's not faking it and putting on a fake smile and, hanging out with Nana and, making dinner to, go over to a friend's house and putting on a smiley face. She's actually going to be present with those friends, with her Nana, with the people that she cares about. She's actually going to be whole now. She's going to get real emotions and real experiences now, instead of being present, but in her heart of hearts or deep inside of her, she's always still trying to figure out what the hell happened with him. I do think this is almost like part of her hermit's journey was learning how to detach from maybe a little bit of even obsessive thinking. I don't always read the Seven of Cups this way, but I do in this deck. That's way too much thought given to any one questionable dude or dudette, right? It doesn't matter what gender. But I love the fact that now that she's way more present in her life, I feel like food's going to taste better. I feel like spending time with family is going to be nicer. I feel like she's going to, enjoy, everyone around her so much more. And then let's not forget, we do have some kind of a soulmate on the horizon here, right? We've got a soulmate. Let's talk about them now. Oh, I love the fact that she's really present in her life now. That is so awesome. All right, here we go. We have got, for the soulmate, Eight of Swords, Knight of Swords. We've already seen the Knight of Swords for them. We also saw that they had been in some kind of, this soulmate person who she has not met yet, has been in some kind of energetic desert for a while as well, right? We saw them with the, somewhere around here, there we go, the Five of Swords. We saw them kind of in a barren landscape. We saw them with, someone may have not treated them very kindly, but we saw them ready to change that as well. Kind of like they're fed up with the same kind of stuff. I want to know, how do they know of her? We've seen them about to make a big change and a swift movement also. They've been the Knight of Swords twice now. But it's interesting because I keep thinking that they're aware energetically that she's been stuck and has not been open to even connecting to them. So I'm guessing that they have done some spying, which we already thought because we had the Page of Swords here. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. It's been a long time. They've known of her, and we're talking possibly at least 3 years because we have 3 clocks on the tree, on that tree of life. This has been moving very slowly. That's maybe why they want to suddenly speed up. Magician in the reverse. They haven't really felt in their own life, though, that they could move forward. I almost think that these two, because they are soulmates, maybe their energies have been so heavily tethered together. They've gone through similar things, but then also she had to get herself free and clear and quit thinking about the ex. He had something of his own to let go of, but then it's not just like he's been waiting for her to obviously no longer be hooked on somebody else and maybe notice him, but it's also he himself, I don't think, had a whole lot of belief that he was ready to manifest something new. So I'm surprised that we don't have something more like, a Wheel of Fortune or something, because it all feels like it's very timely at this point. We have the Queen of Wands sideways. I'm going to say he was in the exact same boat. I think he was dealing with somebody who was as questionable as what her ex was, that King of Swords sideways. They couldn't figure out, neither our lead character nor the soulmate could quite figure out who was the toxic one. And I'm going to say, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm going to say in both cases, they were 50% of the toxic pattern in their own lives. Being stuck on a pattern and not being able to clearly say, I'm not going to be with a person that I see no future with, and I'm certainly not going to keep clinging to the memory of them. So his memory and the thing that was sapping his power seems to have been that Queen of Wands sideways, his karmic ex. And he was part of the karmic. The karmic energy is it's just a pattern of a lesson we haven't learned yet. She was also in her own karmic pattern. We saw it with the Eight of Swords, and we know that her karmic was that King of Swords sideways. So nobody goes away completely like it was somebody else's fault. Everybody has a certain amount of contribution that they made to the pattern that they had to break. When it comes to you, soulmate, being interested in her, we have Knight of Cups. You notice I can't quite get them into king, queen, emperor, empress status, we keep seeing them, though, becoming more and more of an action taker. That's great. Something about her is shaking them up and making them want to take steps and move forward. Bridget Gore, you angel. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Bridget. Bridget, by the way, yesterday, I think you were in part 1 in the members corner. I don't know if you were still around for it, but I believe I got to you. You were in part 1. We've got this chariot here, and the chariot is all about forward motion. It's about action taking. It's about he's getting ready for go time also. So I feel like this is partially because she's getting unstuck. This soulmate, he's getting unstuck at about the same time. He's feeling better. He wants to move forward. So does she. I still feel like there's something about his energy being just a little bit, we'll just say, matched to hers. And maybe the more he sees an improvement in her, since he has been kind of keeping tabs on her, the more he's able to put his karmic ex in the past, the more he's able to let go of his, Queen of Wands that was sideways. So I do feel, it's kind of like when we, let's think of it this way. If you've ever gone to, like, let's say a little house party, and you walk in and it's like, oh my God, this is so awkward. There's so much tension. Nobody's talking. Or you walk into a house party and just like 1 or 2 people are, cracking jokes and they're making everything flow, and it's fun and people are there to party. You can read the room. You walk in and you go, oh, uncomfortable. Or you walk in and you go, oh, super chill. Everybody's having a great time. This is where I want to be. It's a little bit like they influence each other like that. The more she is shifting her gears toward, I want reciprocity and happiness, and I'm way more focused on, like, I'm genuinely happy to bump into people, to spend time with friends, family, lovers, whatever. I'm genuinely present now. I think she's going to be giving off a vibe of like, I see you, I engage with you, I genuinely, 100% of me is here in the room with you right now. And if that is what he's needed to be seen by her, because that was going to help him shake off the final threads of whatever was going on between him and, like, that whole karmic energy of his own that disempowered him. So the more confident she is, the more confident he is in shedding his own karmic energy and feeling more empowered about moving toward her, because she's noticing him now. So I'm guessing that these two, yes, they're soulmates, but they also are 2 people who have to be in the same room together, or they have some way of interacting. They have some way to, connect eyeball to eyeball, or at least, whatever, through the World Wide Web, whatever it is. But it's like, to really be seen and feel like somebody is aware of you, I think that's really helping him. So she's changing her life, but then this storyline says, when you change your own life and you start to be more present, it's amazing how your interactions with other people impact them. And now they feel more bold. Now they're having a better time at the party. Now people are communicating. Now we have actions. So she's put everything into motion, is what this says on the 13th. So very nice energy shifts. For energy to shift, I mean, yes, it can change on a dime, but I feel like the story was more the progression of everything. We started out with her getting fed up with being constantly stuck in this, blue energy. That to me is the real message on the 13th, is somebody's just had it up to here with thinking about an ex and feeling trapped and feeling like, God, I can't seem to shake this off, but I'm going to, because I'm sick to death of this. I want something better for myself. So I'm going to say that's the message for the 13th. And we just kind of saw how that all played out and what could happen based off of that. So now let me go ahead and pull a couple of cards for a character whose birthday might be on the 13th. I just think it's nice now to integrate a little bit of a birthday message, just a card or 2. We do have the 4 of Wands and we have the Temperance. This is very nice. It fits in a little bit like almost with this story of, you notice that we have one bird flying away and a new bird flying in. We have a lovely energy of balance, harmony. We could have a strong Sag energy or fire energy as a whole, but Sag specifically. We have somebody that is letting go of a burden and they're simply welcoming in something much better, something much more balanced. With that 4 of Wands being here, yes, it could be on somebody's, birthday on the 13th. They could connect with a romantic partner. Somebody could do something sweet for them, take them out to their favorite place. And it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe like that just makes every other stress that I had kind of dissolve. Sometimes, again, to feel like we have somebody that is standing beside us, whether it's as a lover or a friend, it feels so amazing to be recognized for who we authentically are by somebody. And you can see these two like dancing. I do think somebody could go dancing on the 13th. I mean, maybe it's a rooftop terrace restaurant or something, but this can also be a marriage. This can be any kind of like true life alignment. But things are getting better for our character. And the 13th, what a great way to start the next year of one's life, to start out with the energy of balance and letting go of things that are in the past and just saying from this moment onward, here's what my mantra is going to be. I create balance and joy in my life. I feel like that's the energy that starts off this next year. But I definitely see our character has somebody very special on the horizon, if not already in their life. But it just looks like a really nice energy of companionship and togetherness. You guys, thank you, everybody. So good to see you. EM, hi, honey. RS, column C, thank you. You're so generous. Thank you. Hi, D. Good to catch you. Hi, Maria. Oh, thank you, Maria. You know what's so funny? I really like this blouse, but I really don't wear it much because it is not made right. I can feel one, like the shoulder on one side is not the same. Like they messed up when they made it. It's probably I found this at a thrift shop or something, and I was like, oh, I love the print, but it doesn't really fit well. That's hence I'm too nervous not to wear an undershirt under it. I'm like, yeah, gonna have to. That's probably why it was at a thrift shop, though, in the first place. Hi, Robin, Calm C, NES. Yes, my intention today is to get as many of our zodiacs done today as humanly possible. Hi, Heidi. Good to see you. Thank you, guys. D-Rod, you're so sweet. Thank you, love. Victoria Knox, awesome to see you. DLBJR Cooper, thank you for hanging with me today. Hi, Tim. Timmy is so awesome. Thank you. Amongst the Stars, wonderful to see you. Thank you, love. RS, that's cracking me up. All right, you guys. April O'Neil, hi, sweetie. Eliana, hi, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Courtney Jade, Noor A. Dine's Peace, how are you? Hi, Bodine. Destar. Don Divine, thank you, honey. Great to catch you. Patricia Bookatory, you were first in the house. Hi, Denisa, Empress DC, and Mia G. Jamie Jeanart, thank you. I love the diamond. Hi, Decoded. Slave Princess, Ida, thank you, guys. Nice to see everyone. All right, I will be jumping into as many different zodiacs after this as I can. I'm still going to put out a collective message as well. Kate Cloud9, hi, honey. Thank you, Ida. All right, you guys, I will see you throughout the day. Lots of love. Maurice Jones, thank you, honey. Rachel's Magic, thank you. You too, babe. Brelay, I see you up there. I almost missed you. Who is above you? Moonshine, hi, honey. I almost missed you too. All right, everybody. I'll see you in a few. Bye.